It is great to see so many alumni and the Macklin and Dawn families together for the celebration of 25 years of philanthropy by Gordon and Marilyn Macklin and the Macklin Foundation. We have a great program today, and to start it off, I'd like to welcome the Dean of Business. He's got other titles, but we're going to keep it a Dean of Business. Dean Alton Henley.
Thank you so much. As I look out and I see all of our illustrious alumni, it just fills my heart with joy for everything that MBI has been able to do and will do in the future. I started this job about 14 months ago, and I had a lot of interesting meetings for the first time with some of my faculty and staff. And Steve came in with the gift agreement and said, this is what MBI is and it has to be. These are the things that you can't change and can't touch. These are the things that are important for my students to get what they need to get. Anything else, I'll help you any way I can. And I have depended upon him ever since. And last but not least, the man that in some ways makes all of this possible, Dr. Eric Benjamin. He's the vice president and provost of the Rockville campus. He's my boss. He's responsible for everything that you see here today, Dr. Benjamin.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed alumni, and friends of Montgomery College, good afternoon, and welcome to this special occasion as we gather here today to celebrate a remarkable milestone in our institution's history. It's with immense pleasure and gratitude that I stand before you as interim vice president and provost of this amazing campus. And I want to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to this extraordinary event. Today we come together to recognize and honor 25 years of unwavering philanthropy by Gordon and Marilyn Macklin, the Macklin family, and the Macklin Foundation. Your generous contributions have been the driving force behind the transformative changes we've witnessed here at the Communities College. In addition to celebrating the remarkable contributions of the Macklin family, it's also a joyful reunion for many of our alumni who have been an integral part of this college community for over 25 years. Welcome home. For those of you who haven't had the opportunity to visit our campus in recent years, I'm sure you're pleasantly surprised by the remarkable transformations that have taken place. We've added a few significant new spaces to support student success and access. You've seen this morning the Rockville Campus Science Center. It features a rooftop observatory, sustainable design elements, outdoor classrooms for STEM courses. Many of you were in the Science Center West this morning. Cutting-edge classrooms and labs, along with support services of the Judy E. Ackerman STEM Learning Center. And where we are today, the Long Win and Kimmy Dong Student Services Center. This is the new one-stop shop for admissions, registration, financial aid, counseling and advising, and I have to add, for World Cup soccer matches. Our students in the MBI Café remember that one. And the Arthur and Miriam Becker Family Quad, which is the beautiful campus gathering space promoting student success and engagement. These additions showcase our commitment to providing a modern and inclusive academic environment. Please feel free to explore the campus as we continue to evolve as an institution of academic excellence. Once again, welcome to the Rockville campus, and thank you for attending this. But before I conclude, I would like to introduce again Dr. Michelle Campbell, our Senior Vice President for Academic and Community Engagement, who has played a pivotal role in advancing the institution's mission and strengthening the college's community ties. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Campbell to the podium.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Benjamin. Good afternoon, everybody. As Dr. Benjamin indicated, my name is Michelle Campbell, and I serve as the Senior Vice President for Advancement and Community Engagement here at Montgomery College. I'm delighted to have so many of our MBI students and alumni, faculty and staff, and guests on campus for this special occasion. I'm particularly honored to welcome the Macklin and Dawn families back to the Rockville campus. Thank you for being here today. During the past 25 years, Gordon and Marilyn Macklin and the foundation they created have provided more than $5.3 million to support the launch and evolution of the Macklin Business Institute Honors Program, along with student scholarships. We are incredibly grateful for these investments, which benefit talented and hardworking students, including many of you who are in this room today. We know that many of our MBI students, past, present, and future, would not be able to fulfill their potential and go out into the world to make their mark if it weren't for the Macklin's vision and generosity. Most recently, the Macklin Foundation provided a $1.22 million gift to establish the Gordon and Marilyn Macklin Business Institute Finance Lab. If you haven't already toured this space, please do not leave campus today without doing so. This state-of-the-art lab provides students with a hands-on learning environment so that they can gain exposure to various tools and skills beneficial to both their educational and career paths. In 2019, the MBI program added computer-based simulated learning experiences to the curriculum, which requires students to analyze various business scenarios, develop and implement strategies, and most importantly, gain feedback on their decision-making. This process enables our students to think critically, derive a deeper understanding of business processes, and enhance their communication skills working in a team environment. As our MBI graduates in this room can attest, these are the type of skills that will be utilized by our MBI students once they transfer to pursue their bachelor's degrees and then again in their professional careers. Again, I invite you to stop by the lab and see some of our current students utilizing this technology following today's program. When the Macklin Foundation made their extraordinarily generous gift, they also issued a $400,000 matching gift challenge to build the MBI Finance Lab Simulation Software Endowment. When fully funded, the endowment will cover the cost of business-related simulation software and licenses, student certifications for MBI students, and the use of an approved financial platform within the Macklin Business Institute Finance Lab program for years to come. The Macklin Foundation is choosing to invest in our economy by providing students with access to a rigorous and comprehensive business education. And it's working. The success of our MBI alumni, all of you that are here today, are a testament to this vision. The vision of Gordon and Marilyn Macklin is coming to fruition, but I know that there's more that we can do going forward. I invite all of you MBI alums who are here today to contact our VP of Development, Joyce Matthews, and her team to discuss how you can contribute and build upon Marilyn and Gordon's vision. When you support the MBI program that has helped launch your careers and exposed you to incredible opportunities, you help build upon the Macklin's original intentions. Nothing speaks more to your appreciation for the opportunities that you received as an MBI student than for you to help ensure that future MBI students are able to follow in your footsteps. I encourage you all to join in giving back and helping make this program even stronger, as well as assisting in ensuring Marilyn and Gordon's legacy continues. In addition to thanking the Macklin family, I would be remiss if I didn't publicly acknowledge our other valued long-term partners. The NASDAQ Foundation established an endowed scholarship in 2008 that is supporting 8 MBI students during the current academic year. We also are grateful to the Aronson Foundation, which is now part of APRIO, who for 15 years have provided vitally needed scholarships to students in the MBI program, with a special focus on those who intend to pursue careers in accounting. We are also grateful to the Carl M. Freeman Foundation, who was an early supporter of the MBA program that engages our MBA students in a grants review committee and has made legacy grants over the years to support the MBI Finance Simulation Lab Software Endowment and MBI student scholarships. Again, I want to express my sincerest gratitude and appreciation to Gordon and Marilyn Macklin, the Macklin Foundation, and their 25 years of support for this program and for our college. Under the extraordinary leadership of Steve Lang and our outstanding faculty, I believe that the MBI Institute, or that the Macklin Business Institute, will continue to evolve and become an even stronger program. Marilyn and Gordon Macklin were visionaries. It is our shared goal that each and every MBI student not only benefit from their philanthropy and access to the resources they provide, but that they also carry forward Marilyn and Gordon's legacy of helping create a better community for others. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. It's incredible that this year's graduating class, the class of 2024, will mark a quarter century of the Macklin Business Institute program. That also means that this year's freshman student, the first years, mark the beginning of the next quarter century of Macklin students, which I'm getting too old. To give you a glimpse into how the Macklins and Macklin Foundation are continuing to impact our students, I'd like to welcome to the stage a member of what will be the 26th class of MBI graduates, Macklin McConaughey.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Menka McConnell, and I'm part of MBI's class of 2025. It is my pleasure to have you all here with us to celebrate 25 years of philanthropy by Gordon and Marilyn Macklin and the Macklin Foundation. First off, I'd like to start by thanking Gordon and Macklin for establishing this program and the Macklin Foundation for their unwavering support, commitment, and support, and providing us for this remarkable opportunity. With deep appreciation for their support, I'd like to tell a little bit about myself. I am originally from Ethiopia and came here in August of 2021 due to unforeseen circumstances. Thanks to my parents' sacrifices, me and my siblings were afforded no opportunities here in the U.S., where I was able to start my junior year of high school at Cambridge High. Like all students who want to continue their education beyond high school, and I started researching universities and colleges I would like to attend after graduating. I soon enough realized that I did not have the privilege of applying to many of the schools my peers applied to because of my citizenship status. To make it more challenging, even if I were to gain admission, I'd either be an out-of-state student or worse yet, an international student, facing financial hurdles. This situation was particularly devastating for both my parents and me because we were not sure how I'd be able to afford higher education for me and my siblings. Educational opportunities for me and my siblings was one of the main reasons my parents left their whole world behind in Ethiopia. So I started looking for affordable options, including Montgomery College. Being new to the area and community colleges, my family was unsure of the educational opportunities that I would be available to me at MC and if I even would be able to engage in school activities. Then I found MBI. Could this be real? An honors program that features experiential learning and scholarship assistance? This was unbelievable. I could not contain the excitement that went through my body. And I now had all that I needed to get quality education without increasing the financial burden on my parents. And also, I was able to convince my family that this was the right fit for me. The foundation provided by MBI not only gives me the opportunity to learn at MC without any financial burdens, it also allows me to get hands-on experience and develop skills that I can use in my future careers. Although it has been only 6 weeks since I've started in this program, I've already engaged more than I could ever imagine. For example, on the first day of orientation, I was able to work on my team building skills by using Harvard Business Simulation to virtually climb Mount Everest with a team of my classmates. I did not make it, but I learned a lot. We also looked at the rising cost of supplies and inflationary issues related to our cafe's business. We calculated profit margins and adjusted pricing. We received a project management badge through the PMI kickoff program. Then I used those skills to develop and present my pitch for the new Enactus project. And this week, we began to participate in 6-week business simulation where I worked in teams against each other and a simulated business environment to sell a product in a highly competitive market. All of these experiences within less than 2 months of me being in the program. I know I made the right choice. This event is also one of the privileges of the program. I get to connect with the people who are providing me with this opportunity and also the alumni who have already succeeded within this program. I was recently speaking to my friend who is going to a 4-year university here in Maryland. I was telling them about all the things I get to do through this program. The first thing they told me was, I wish I applied to MBI with you. Because as much as they get to go to this large university with possibly more opportunities, they don't get the experience that I get through this program. Not only is MBI great, it is also better and the best in this area. Most opportunities in our area for the first and second year students. I hope my journey and experiences within MBI serves as proof of the impact the Maryland and Gordon Macklin and the Macklin Foundation has provided for his students like me. Thank you again for your generosity, and I promise to never underestimate the importance of this opportunity. Thank you.
Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you, Malcolm. I mean, she left one thing off the list, and that was she had to get up and speak in front of 100 people in the first 6 weeks. That's a brief look at our future. Now we want to take a quick look at our past. Gordon and Marilyn made their initial gift for students to gain experiential learning opportunities. Gordon once told me that one of his favorite experiences for MBI students was students in free enterprise, which is now Enactus. Gordon liked it because he said business got a bad rap, and it was great that students were using business to do good in their community. But he also liked it because service was important to Marilyn. I'd never had the chance to meet Marilyn, but from what I've heard and read, she was dedicated to service, especially in the senior community, which helped lead to the creation of an intergenerational institute in Findlay, Ohio. When Montgomery College honored Gordon and Marilyn Macklin nearly 25 years ago, this is what was said about Marilyn. Quote, Mrs. Macklin, a caring member of each community in which you have lived, an outstanding mother and advisor to Mr. Macklin, you've been an advocate and generous supporter of higher education. Your vision helped found a unique intergenerational program in which young students learn the value of service and humanity. You have tirelessly worked in service of others. I read that, and we know why we have some of the program components that we do. Our students and now alumni are creating positive impacts in their respective communities, and I believe both Marilyn and Gordon would be proud. Now, many of you may not really realize, and I actually spoke to one of the Macklin family members who didn't realize that their mother was considered an alumna of Montgomery College. She had taken courses in the 1970s. And Gordon mentioned that was one of the first positive interactions with Montgomery College. I'm guessing it also didn't hurt when they were considering the initial gift. With Marilyn's commitment to service and the fact that she was an MC alum, we thought this celebration would be the perfect time to introduce a special award. Today, for the first time, we are presenting the Marilyn Macklin MBI Alumni Award. Our recipient is familiar to many of you. He's continually found time to embrace mentorship within the MBI and Montgomery College experience. He has returned as a guest speaker and has met with, advised, and mentored many Macklin students interested in transferring to Georgetown or pursuing a career in commercial real estate. He also was the driving force behind creation of the MBI alumni chapter of the Alumni Association, and he has served the college volunteering in many roles. He is also a donor, having contributed to development of the MBI Finance Lab. In recognition of his contributions, I would like to present the inaugural Marilyn Macklin Alumni Award to a member of the 2006 MBI class, Mr. Charles J. Overly.
Thank you, Steve, for your leadership in the program. Since I first arrived nearly 2 decades ago, I agree with what you said earlier. We're getting old. Faculty and staff, thank you for equipping students like me to build successful careers and lives coming out of Montgomery College. To the current students and my fellow alumni for building this program with me and the rest of the group here and upholding its reputation, which I think is equally important when you leave here. And most importantly, to the Macklin family and the Macklin Foundation for their vision and generosity in founding the Macklin Business Institute, through which they provided, as you've heard today, unwavering support for countless students like me. A few years before I arrived here on campus, there was a hit romantic comedy that came out involving two people from very different cultures who fell in love and as they tried to navigate her very Greek family. One of the most enduring lines from the movie is said by Tula's mother in reference to overcoming her father's stubbornness. The man is the head, but the woman is the neck, and she can turn the head any way she wants. I have certainly found this to be true in my own life, where my wife, Sarah, whom I met here at the college and who's here this afternoon, regularly keeps my rudder in line. I would not be where I am without her partnership. Sarah guides our community engagement and our giving as a family, ensuring that our feet stay firmly planted and that my head remains properly inflated. I was blessed only once to meet Gordon in 2005, shortly after Marilyn's passing. But from that brief experience and by all other accounts, as you've heard today, it was Marilyn's passion for Montgomery College that ignited Gordon's, leading them together to have this multi-generational impact that you see here today. Their generosity and the program that it created served as a springboard in my education, which propelled me down a professional path that has allowed me to achieve far more than I ever could have imagined. It is therefore fitting that we should honor Marilyn with the creation of this award in her name as a way to recognize those who have both benefited from her passion and generosity and who carried the torch forward. It has been a tremendous privilege to follow in her example, and I'm deeply grateful to receive this award. Thank you.
So I'm going to read what's on the award. It has the Macklin logo. Says the Maryland Macklin MBI Alumni Award presented to Charles J. Overly, class of 2006, in recognition of your outstanding service, leadership, and mentorship benefiting the MBI program and its students. October 7th, 2023.
Before I proceed, I would just like to say everything that the Macklin Foundation has given you as far as the scholarships and the experiential learning has helped you become who you are today. But what has also helped immensely, whether you understand it or not, is the fact that you've had to associate with each other. One of my mother's favorite statements is that iron sharpens iron, and that the best thing that you can do to set yourself up for success is to control who you are around. Given how hard MBI has worked you, and given everything that we've put on your heads, you had no choice but to associate with each other for long periods of time, and I bet you really didn't have much time to associate with anybody else. And that has had no small effect on your future. I would also like to mention there's been some notable things that have happened recently. Just this year, the EPA had a national contest called the EPA Make a Market Challenge, where they invited people from community colleges, four-year colleges, and graduate programs to compete in a contest to figure out how to market these products that the EPA were saying were positive for the environment. Of the 6 top finalists, 5 of them were Montgomery College students, 2 of them were MBI students, and Rashivan Nair is one of them who's right there amongst you. And when I say graduate students, some of these graduate students were working professionals. They're environmental engineers, and they got beat out by one of your own. recently, we've made great use of the lab that the Macklin Foundation is paid for to do other things other than just financial modeling. I brought in a former student of mine, Simeon Kakpovi, who is a strategic threat analyst at Microsoft, and he did a mini hackathon inside the finance lab that the current MBI or last year's MBI class participated in. As a consequence of that, 4 of them changed their majors, saying they wanted to do information systems or cybersecurity. One of them even changed their school. She was like, this is a better school for what I want to do now. And that wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't done that event inside the lab, which just goes to say that everything that we're able to do as part of MBI is due to the very generous gift from the foundation and the tireless efforts of Stephen Lang. And I think that it is appropriate that we would have something that would commemorate the gift and that we would have a plaque. Now, this isn't a full-size plaque. This is rather a shrunk-down mini-me version of the plaque, but this is what the plaque will look like. While we would love to get pictures of the Macklin family with the plaque, we're going to do that directly after the event. The stage isn't that large, and I don't know how all of that would work right now at this time. Now, I would like to introduce the leader of the Macklin Foundation for his remarks, Don.
Gordon Macklin had very high standards. Anybody who knew him or worked with him knew that. And I think by any evaluation, what's happened with the MBI program over the last 25 met or exceeded those standards, those very high standards. All you need to do is to talk to the graduates and the current students here today. I mean, what an impressive group of individuals. It's really heartwarming to hear their stories, the businesses they started. It's very touching. Thank you to the college, Steve Lang, everyone else involved with the program. And it's very touching to the family to get it turned out like this. To honor Gordon and Marilyn. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to ask, can we have one more round of applause to honor Gordon and Marilyn, Macklin, and the Macklin Foundation? Big round of applause.